Open your eyes.
The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild has been kept pretty well under wraps up until E3 this year. Now, I am a pretty big Legend of Zelda fan, so all the new information coming in was just making my head explode with hype. You have to commend this franchise for its staying power. It's had some missteps, sure, but it still managed to stay relevant after 30 years and almost 20 main series games. Not to mention remakes and spin-offs, and Breath of the Wild seems to be something completely new. Or, well, sort of. This game seems to be a huge innovation for the series, unlike anything we've seen before, but simultaneously return to the series' roots. I mean, really, Zelda hasn't given the player this amount of freedom to explore the world and do whatever you want since the very first title in the series. Although A Link Between Worlds was definitely a step in this direction, in regards to item usage, exploration, and the lack of real dungeon order, this title seems to take it to a whole new level. I can't emphasize my excitement enough. Really. And I'm not the only one. The buzz generated by this game online has really taken off. Let's not forget how crazy we Zelda fans can get. The Theorizing really began 2 years ago with that E3 2014 trailer, and has only taken off even more now that E3 this year has given us this much information. Fans are begging to know just where this game fits in with the rest of the established timeline. But for the unacquainted, you should know that the official Zelda timeline is kind of a mess. But honestly, just look at this timeline. Where could Breath of the Wild even fit in? I've heard a few good theories, and I thought we could take a peek through some of them. The most common theory that I've heard so far is that this game will take place after the Wind Waker. The appearance of the Koroks, who have previously only been in that title, have led some to believe that they've succeeded in their mission to drain the flood and restore the nature of Hyrule back to its former glory. Another piece of evidence used is that there is a collectible material in the E3 demo of Breath of the Wild called rock salt, which is described as crystallized salt from the ancient sea. Also, at the end of the Wind Waker, the old king, Daphnes no Hansen Hyrule, stays behind at the bottom of the Great Sea. Early on in Breath of the Wild, Link meets this mysterious and knowledgeable old man who bears a striking resemblance to him. This leads many to believe that the Great Sea has dried up and all the mountains around were previously the islands of the Wind Waker. I don't dislike this theory too much, but then again, it raises a lot of questions about the relevance of New Hyrule seen in Spirit Tracks and all the outcomes of your action taken in Wind Waker. Another theory I've heard is that this game is not actually a new title at all, but a reimagining of the first Legend of Zelda title 30 years later. This game's ambitions regarding a huge explorable open world line up with this theory, but I personally see this as highly unlikely. The main supporting evidence for this theory is a comparison of this Game Awards demo and this piece of concept art from the first game. I believe it was revealed that this concept art was used as inspiration artistically to make the open world, so I don't see this theory as being super likely. My own theory is based on several story elements we've seen from the E3 demo. The theory is that this game comes as a sequel to Ocarina of Time, but in the Downfall timeline. We learn early in Breath of the Wild that 100 years ago, Ganon tried to conquer Hyrule, but failed. He was too powerful to be defeated and was instead sealed away. At the start of the game, Link wakes up in a place called the Shrine of Resurrection, having also been asleep for 100 years, but with no memory. Remember that in the official Zelda timeline, Ocarina of Time has 3 possible timeline splits, with Link's success leading to the events of the Wind Waker and the adult timeline, his journey back in time leading to the events of Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, and the Child timeline, and his failure to defeat Ganon leading to the Downfall timeline. Could this be the very same Link from Ocarina of Time, having previously failed to stop Ganon and causing the timeline to split into the Downfall timeline? The sages sealing Ganon in Hyrule Castle where he remains to build up his power? The Sheikah tribe, who serves Zelda, or perhaps even Impa herself, placing Link in the Shrine of Resurrection so that when the time is right, the hero of time can emerge again to face Ganon, now known as the Calamity Ganon? We get a great look at what is confirmed to be the Temple of Time, and this would have to be before A Link to the Past down this timeline then, as I believe the Temple of Time to be ruined and all that remains is this area with the Pedestal of Time, similar to how it is portrayed in Twilight Princess. The temple is weathered here as well, but not completely in ruin, so it can't be after Twilight Princess in the Child timeline either. We also get a good look at this wall that surrounds the area called the Great Plateau, which reminds me somewhat of the wall around Castletown in Ocarina of Time. So could the Great Plateau be the remains of a ruined Castletown, with only the Temple of Time left? Yes, I know that this theory is not perfect, but everything is speculation at this point. This is all mostly for fun though, and I personally like to keep an open mind until we can get any official confirmation about where this game falls in the timeline. By the way, while I was working on this video, a YouTuber called Zeltik put out this great but very similar theory about Castletown. You can click here to watch his video if you found this one interesting, because I would definitely recommend it. A link is also in the description below. All this said, guys, I am unreasonably excited for this game. 2017 can't come fast enough. So what do you guys think? Do you have a theory of your own that you would like to share, or do you like maybe one of the 3 that I presented here? Please just let me know, and if you like this video, make sure maybe to give it a like, maybe subscribe so you can see more awesome videos in the future. And if you want to see more right now, you can click on the left and listen to me talk about why Super Metroid is one of my favorite games ever. Or if you're in the mood for something a little lighter, then you could click on the right and check out some 1UP U and watch my buddies fail at a variety of games. It's all good fun. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I truly hope that you have a wonderful day.